I guess I'll walk towards where the GPS says, but I think I'm in the place.
This is my first day alone in China. My name is Zach, I'm from South Africa, and earlier this year I spent a month traveling China. Up until the last episode, I was joined by my friend Yanming. We celebrated the new year together and he taught me how things work, but for the remaining 2 weeks, I'll be traveling alone. This video is my first day completely solo, and I had a lot of decisions to make about how to spend my final day in Beijing. I didn't have too much time in the city, and so my mission was simple: try and experience as many things as possible. Even though it was the busiest time of the Chinese calendar, we already managed to do quite a lot. From the Great Wall and the Summer Palace, to the Olympic Park and of course, the famous Peking duck. So, to complete the mission we started and survive my first day solo, I mapped out 3 final stops to wrap up a well-rounded visit before bidding China's capital farewell.
Good afternoon. Today is the last day in Beijing. First thing I had to do was obviously get a portable charger because my battery has been dying pretty fast, but that's been secured now. Today's plan, try and quote-unquote speed run as many of the main historical sites as I can, just because of the historical significance of Beijing. I didn't want to leave without at least seeing some of the things, even if I can't go into them all. The first one, which I'm walking to right now, I actually am going to be entering, and that's going to be the Temple of Heaven. Fortunately, there seems to be no sandstorm today, which is great. There is a very bone-chilling wind, which is like going through my clothes into my skin. But we should survive. I'm outside now. I have a little bit of time to kill, and I thought I would share my thoughts on something I noticed yesterday and I'm noticing now at the entrance. Right now is the busiest, most insane time of the year for their like tourist attractions and stuff. The population is massive as well, and I'm just so blown away at how efficient and smooth all like the crowd control and entrance stuff, all those procedures, security, everything. It's like the most well-oiled machine you've ever seen in your life. You know, even in Universal Studios I saw this. So all these places, there's these massive queues and it just goes by so fast you don't even really realize it. It's really impressive, and it adds to the experience. It would be cool to come back another time when it's less busy to, you know, be able to experience all the attractions. Like Forbidden City, there's no way I'm going to be able to go inside. That being said, I'm really glad I came this time of the year just to see the atmosphere of so many people in all these cities. Everyone is so pleasant as well. Everyone just minds their business, goes on with it. You can do your own thing, and if you do ask for help, they're so ready to help, and super patient with like translation things as well. Anyways, I'm gonna see if there's anything I can do before I go inside. You can see it behind me over there, and yeah. Okay, so I'm waiting outside the entrance, and while I wait for the afternoon slot, I decided to, look a bit at the history, since I'm also doing this one solo. Essentially, this Temple of Heaven seems to have been built for celestial communication from the Emperor, so he can communicate to heaven, Temple of Heaven, I guess. And it was built in the 1400s. I'm quite interested to look around. In the morning, there are more like traditional ceremonies to observe, which are obviously missed, unfortunately, but that's fine. I'm sure it's gonna blow me away either way. It is just freezing though. Like generally, I might as well not be wearing the gloves, but it's okay. At least there's no sand, and it's actually quite sunny. Just the wind is cold. I think it's about time for me to go in.
After the quick history lesson, I made my way inside the temple's walls. The compound covered over 2.7 kilometers squared, and it was expansive and spacious to walk into. Inside, there were 3 main constructions to see, so I had a little journey to go before reaching the main hall.
I'm at the first elevated stop off. There's an interesting custom happening in front of me. I'm trying to capture it, but there's a queue around it. And if you're wondering, no, I did not join in on that because obviously I don't know what it means. It'd be kind of crazy if I just went and guessed what I was doing. This place is massive, by the way. It kind of feels like it hasn't been like altered at all. I'm sure there's been some like upkeep, but it generally feels like untouched.
Of course, the heritage site receives regular restoration. However, many of the core structures are authentic preserved elements from the Qing dynasty. The second main construction provides a more detailed look at the temple's historical design.
The first thing I'm thinking, it just feels like royal. And the roof, I don't know how well you see the blue and gold, but that's definitely giving me like celestial vibes. Like it really captures it well. But I want to show you this thing that's happening next to me right now. There are people lining up on the railings and like whispering and shouting to each other. Basically, I read this beforehand that it's like this tradition to whisper or speak into the wall, and it echoes across the whole wall, so you can hear it from like wherever you're standing. I don't have anyone to try it with, so I might just shout into the wall. That was the vault of heaven. What I'm approaching now is the temple itself.
As I continued along the temple's compound, each building got bigger and bigger until I finally arrived at the main hall.
I'm one doorway away from seeing the temple, and from what I've seen through this doorway so far, the scale of this is obviously insane. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but this is definitely a temple of heaven. Like, that's all I can say. It is exactly as it's described. Wow. I'm going to see if I can try and get closer, but I mean, look at what I'm surrounded by. Amazing. The details are incredible. Again, I love the blue and gold. The roof really carries across that celestialness. The inside chamber also looks stunning. It's obviously very crowded, but I'm going to see if I can get a better look. Okay, I'm at my next stop, which is in Qianmen Street. It's very close to Qianmen Square, which I won't be able to go inside today. But the street is apparently a popular market, so I came to walk by here quickly because it was also on the way before I go to a park to hopefully see into the Forbidden City, since I won't be going in myself. But for now, I'm going to explore the street for a little bit, maybe grab something to eat.
Qianmen Street is a famous pedestrian street with over 500 years of history. It's 840 meters long and it's filled with a mix of international and traditional stores, foods, and workshops. However, it took me a little while to figure out I'd actually arrived.
Okay, clearly this city block is even bigger than I thought, because I thought where the bus dropped off was the correct place, but the GPS shows somewhere further. But like wherever I'm walking, there's so much stuff going on. So I guess I'll walk towards where the GPS says, but I mean, I think I'm in the place and it's just massive.
Eventually, I realized I was already in the street, and I spent some time wandering around and browsing all the stalls. Among many things, I tried a spicy lamb skewer, which I kept seeing at a whole lot of different stalls. It was pretty good, but I don't know if it beats the intestine stew from Sangzhou.
Turns out I was in the right place, and I was exploring the right thing, which is great. And I didn't have to go anywhere far away or anything like that. Yeah, so I just had a little bite to eat now. So I'm probably inflated market food, but it was really good. And now I think I'm gonna go ahead to that park. Arrived at the park. The bus was crazy, dude. It was so full. Like we were literally just like on each other Tetrisly, you know. That's a new word, patterning that. Anyways, my power bank has died. So that backup option has been lost. That was by far the cheapest entry ticket I think I've ever paid. It was even cheaper than the train ticket, which is already so cheap. Anyways, the reason I came to this park is because apparently there's an amazing viewing site for the Forbidden City, which would be like impossible to go into today unless I want to wait like 4 hours. So I'm gonna try and find that, unless I was lied to by social media. But I guess we'll figure this out together. My phone is on 40%. Let's see if we can make it last. Okay, I just came across the most randomly beautiful choral music ever. I thought I was going crazy and that the trees were singing to me, but no, there's just like a bunch of choirs set up and people are just singing in the park, bro. And it's super peaceful, so I'm gonna go follow the other one because I had two. There is another one. This one has instruments. Choir side mission aside, I just saw a bunch of people walking one way. Decided to follow them, assuming it would be the way to the view. If not, there's just other views in any case, so it doesn't even matter. $10 billion stairs later, I have a good feeling it was the right place, because in front of me, this is what I see. If you look closely, you can see how many people are streaming out of the entrance. Look at this. I don't know how I found out about this view, but I'm so glad that I did. I feel like this is the next best thing than seeing it in person. It's literally like a city in the walls. Wow. That's awesome. I should probably head home and let my phone charge. But I feel like as far as days go, I was able to film mine pretty successfully.
As the sun began to set over the Forbidden City, I made my way down the park stairs and to my room for my final night in Beijing. There were so many more things that would have been awesome to see. The National Museum, the Palace Museum, the Temple of the Sun and Moon, a million parks and malls. However, whether it was the busy holiday season or my limited time, I could only do so much. That being said, I was more than satisfied with the variety of activities I got to do in Beijing. I not only felt that I completed the mission of experiencing as much as possible, but also got the inspiration to carry this idea to all the next cities, especially after a positive intro to navigating China completely solo. But before I could do any planning or research, I had to figure out how to get a ticket to the next place.
What is up with this city? So many people. That is where I'm supposed to be going.